Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy Jay.
Well, one of us decided not to crap on the listener today. Yes, it is In the Building. No Mike Taylor, as he's traveling to see what he calls his babies in Honolulu. I think his flight was at, he said 7:30. I was at 7:30, so it's 9. So he's in the air, but he got lucky. He's going to Houston, and then from Houston straight to Honolulu. From all my experience, everybody normally flies out of LA, but speaking of flights, good Lord, what happened last night in DC, thank you, Presley Wallace, $20 before the show even started. Much appreciated. That's how we like to get Thursday started off. But what happened in DC, first of all, sometimes you kind of wish we didn't have video cameras rolling all the time. Like some stuff I just don't want to see. And I've seen this video, gosh, I don't know, 100 times because I'm watching it. And I'm not going to, I think it's stupid and ignorant and disrespectful to the families to start throwing out scenarios and who's at fault, and you already got the left side. Oh, well, Donald Trump, he fired this person. Look, man, these people we don't even know, who all passed away in this tragic situation. And
27 bodies recovered so far.
27 bodies recovered so far. I think it was a 60-passenger plane, right, LG? If I'm not mistaken, 60-passenger plane.
No survivors expected.
No survivors expected. And instead of just letting everything come out and letting these people find their family members' bodies, we start throwing around blame. I think that's so stupid. Right now, just thoughts and prayers with everybody involved. But watching the video is very strange, really, really strange. I don't know what happened. And I'm sure because the Army is involved, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Black Hawk helicopter involved, LG, and this was a jet, American Airlines jet involved.
Yeah, so small regional jet.
Small regional jet. So those are the only facts we have as far as like who's to blame and what's going, like, dude, like you got people literally getting their family members out of the Potomac and y'all are talking about who's at fault. Like, there'll be a thorough investigation. This is American Airlines and this is the Army and it's in DC. There will be a thorough investigation. And once they've investigated it and all the facts come about, then we can discuss it. But until then, man, just have some compassion for these people's families and these people that are gone, man. Like I'm literally woke up to it and people are throwing blame around. I don't get it. It could be a early punch to anybody trying to already throw blame to whoever, you know what I mean? It's just a sad situation. And once the facts come out, then we can dissect what went on. But that was crazy. Just seeing that video is like seeing the helicopter. It looked like it almost like how you see a rear end, right?
Like
it. Yeah, right? Because it's like it's one of those things where
I see it pop up on my feed.
It's not and you just go past it.
And
right?
I don't want to press play. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna watch it.
I got you. Yeah. And it's like, happened. Yeah, you heard what happened. It's sad situation.
I don't watch videos like that. Like I didn't watch the Luigi killing of the CEO. I didn't watch that video.
You didn't?
Nah. I don't like watching shit like that. I'll read about it.
Yeah, no. Smart man.
I've seen Faces of Death. I don't need to see real.
Oh God! Now that I never watched. A lot of people when we were younger. A lot of people watched that. I've never watched Faces of Death, and I probably especially won't now. Yeah, there's certain videos that it make me cringe that I just can't watch. But yeah, man, thoughts out to all those people. Really, really sad situation, and I hope they get to the bottom of it, and just so it doesn't happen again. Not to place blame and to be like, hey, it's just your fault, this is your fault. Not to place blame. Like, let's just make the proper steps to where these type of things don't happen again. I think that Black Hawk right now, one of the facts is they were doing some type of training. So Who knows, man? Who knows? And it's pitch black. Awful. Awful. What y'all talking about in the chat? Just Victor Ornales just became a member.
Welcome,
Thank you
Victor.
very much. Welcome, Victor. We appreciate your membership, sir. Thank you very, very kindly. If you missed it, Victor, since you is member, that means he can, for anything we've done members only, Victor, so you know, you can go back and watch all of our previous members only shows. So, anywho.
We had a good one yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was a good one. Yesterday was a good one. What were we talking about yesterday? Oh, we were talking about Kobe yesterday. We were talking about Kobe yesterday. No easy transition from something like that. Like, again, we'll wait till the facts here on In the Building. We'll wait till the facts come out, and then we'll talk about it, you know. But as of right now, people trying to get their family members out of the Potomac River, which is awful. I think it said some figure skating, young men and women, and some coaches. Then some men and women of our armed forces. Awful situation. Spurs are emailing me, which is a great segue. Just got me. They get beat last night to the Kawhis. Kawhi goes for 27, Zubac 21, Harden 21, Norman Powell 27. They get beat 34-24 in the fourth quarter as the Clippers come into town with Kawhi Leonard in tow and beat your San Antonio Spurs 128-116. The Clippers are only 10-12 away from that new beautiful arena that they have, but a lot of those games are without Kawhi. So
yeah, Kawhi played a season high 8 minutes just to troll the Spurs last night.
No, last night. Are you sure? I thought he played 29. Okay,
he surpassed his season high 8 minutes.
Oh,
last night. Yeah.
got you.
Before last night, his season high was 8.
Was I here? I think no, I wasn't here yet when they were booing him, and I wasn't. We weren't in the building yet when they were booing him, and Pop got on the microphone.
Yeah,
but I do remember Mike being highly pissed off. I remember all of San Antonio being highly pissed off.
Oh, they were booing him last night. Every time
and they
he shot a free throw.
But see,
hell yeah,
but see, you're supposed to boo him, but Pop wasn't there to save him this time. Kawhi now or Kawhi later, the choice is yours. Wow. Anyway, another fourth quarter collapse for your San Antonio Spurs, and I think again they're going to lose games. They're 20-24. It is what it is. They're going to lose games. For me, the storyline of last night's game was Wemby, you wanted some smoke with Zubac? Wemby trying to act like he needed to get held back from going to kick Zubac's ass? Like, come on. Like, yo.
Can I punch all the announcers that call that dude Zubac with an S? There's no S at the end of his name.
It's just Zubac, right?
Yes.
Right. I thought it was
punch Jacob Toby for saying Zubac the entire time.
He kept saying box.
Yes. Unless that's some crazy way he pronounces his name.
Let me see. Is it? I just see Bach.
Yeah, there's no S at the end of it.
Yeah, no S at the end of it.
Zubac did go up and apologize after the game.
Well, that's what the international brothers do, man. It's a fraternity. Like, hey, man, we're international. We got to stick together. But Wemby was frustrated. Wemby's frustrated. He said it's not just about Zubac, and I'm paraphrasing. He said it's about, he thinks he takes way more hits than he should. He's not getting some of the calls that he should get. And I'll tell Wemby this, like, your team, your group, your people, you said, hey, we're going to put on weight how we want to put on weight. We're not going to just bulk up and just become this fat blob. And you know what the Spurs said? Hey, cool. You and your team do it your way. Well, you lighten their ass, sir. And sometimes, like, Zubac doesn't really have to push you hard, Wemby. A good gust of wind will put you in the third row, my man. And then the other part of it is, like, and this, I would say this to anybody. I would say this to name a young player. Chet, Holmgren, name a young player. I would say this to anybody. A year and a half in, you're not getting the benefit of the doubt. It takes a long time for any NBA player to get the benefit of the doubt on so-called, getting these calls that you wanting to get. So Wemby, I love you, but you haven't earned the right to be bitching about calls yet. And if you don't want to get pushed around, you and your team, and it'll take time. You're only 21. In a couple years, you won't be getting pushed around. You'll be stronger. You'll be solid, and it'll be all right. What they talking about? Have you noticed the increase in altercation in the NBA this year? No, I haven't. I haven't noticed that, William. And I'll tell you this. They're all fake. None of them. Nobody really wants to fight, and I don't want to see fights. If I want to watch fights, I watch UFC.
Even Wemby going full sprint at Zubac, he wasn't gonna go do anything.
He wasn't gonna do shit. I love you, Wemby, but first of all, you don't want those problems. He'll put you in the headlock and just be like, "Hey, bro, little bro, calm down." You know how you calm your little brother down when he's trying to fight you because he's finally got pissed off at you. He's crying because you kicked his ass 10-2 in basketball or beat his ass on NBA 2K, so he tries to come at you. You just put him in the headlock and start laughing. That's what would happen to Wemby if he ran up on Zubaz. I don't know how to say it, whatever his name is. He didn't want no problems with them. So another loss. That's what the Spurs do right now. They've really been struggling over, I want to say, the last 10 games. When I look at these last few games, it just hasn't been. Yeah, they've lost. Good Lord. I want to see. I lost my page.
They don't know how to close. They went on a 24-4 run there in the third quarter. And then the fourth came and they just shit the bed.
Yeah, they've lost 5 of their last 6 games. And tomorrow they get the Fighting Giannis Milwaukee Bucks here in town Friday. And then Saturday they get the Jimmy Butlerless Miami Heat and before they travel to Memphis on Monday. Now, Monday starts, speaking of the Spurs, starts the Rodeo road trip, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes, this used to I have my first rodeo gig tomorrow. So yes, Rodeo is in town and ready to go.
What are you doing? Can you tell us what you're doing? What you got to do?
I'm filming a bunch of little clips that they're going to throw up on the Jumbotron during the rodeo. Interviews with different, I guess, do you call them athletes? Participants, rodeo participants.
When did you say? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
Damn. Okay. So I guess, we'll need to have a production.
Yeah, and the barbecue cook-off already happened. Hopefully.
Because Ruben.
Did your wife win, Ruben? Get that chocolate cake?
Yeah, she did some type of cream cheesecake. Cafe Don Juan's wife has won that before. But yeah, so this used to be like being in sports talk radio for forever. When the season would start, everybody that did local sports radio would go straight to the rodeo road trip because that was when Pop would say, hey, this is when we would come together as a team and blah, blah, blah. And we'd be like, oh, they'd be 9-2. They'll be 10-1. It hasn't been so much fun since 2018. The last 7 years, the rodeo road trip has been pretty much a nightmare. And as I look at it this year, they start in Memphis, then head to Atlanta, which they need to win that game. Memphis, Atlanta, Charlotte, Orlando, Wizards, Boston. Then I guess you got the All-Star break. You get 2 games at home before you go back out on the road for 4 games, 2 versus New Orleans, 1 versus Houston, 1 versus Memphis. Let me see how many wins I can find. I feel like they beat Washington. I feel like they could beat Charlotte. That's 2. They'll probably split with New Orleans. That'll be 3. And then they lose to Houston and Memphis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could see them going 3-7, 4-6 at best.
I'm gonna be so glad when they build that new arena and the Spurs don't have to do this stupid road trip. It's dumb. It's unfair.
Really, you don't like?
Do other teams have stuff like this? I've never heard of it.
There's only 2 teams. I know the Bulls have the circus. The Bulls have the circus where they have to leave And I think LA has one where they have to leave during the Grammys. If I'm not, if don't quote me on that, but I know LA, the Lakers have a really long road trip that they have to embark upon because of some type of award ceremony. I don't know what it is, but I know the Bulls for sure. I want to say it's the circus. So, but that schedule's tough. Yeah, I'm thinking 3-7, 4-6 at best, and I'm saying 4-6 because I'm trying to be nice. So, Spurs Talk brought to you by the Alamo Card Show. Y'all want to see Vince Young? I mean, hell, you got to go see somebody that's won something. I know it's been it's been almost 20 years. If they can't get it done coming up next season, it's going to be 20 years. Vince Young out at the Alamo Card Show. Photo and autograph, $80. Autograph, $60. One item only. February 1st and 2nd. The autograph appearance will be the 2nd, which I want to say that's Sunday, right, LG? The 2nd is Sunday. So the address is right there at the bottom. Mike and I got to go to the card show last time. I want to say LG was out of town. Got to go to the card show last time. To me, it's because I've never been in it, it's a crazy industry. I didn't know, like I was talking to a couple guys that had made like 10, 15 grand that day. And you would think, okay, he made 10, 15 grand, he sold his whole collection. No. You know, depending on what it is, it could be 4 or 5 different cards. So y'all want to meet
one
Vince
jersey
Young?
that was given to your kid by Wemby.
What? Oh, that's LG. That thing, I don't even mind that he sold it. I'm just saying, like, bro, a week and a half later, but hey, maybe mortgage was behind, car payment was behind.
And that kid was not interested at all.
He wasn't interested at all. And not only that, maybe, you know, with eggs being $39 a dozen, he had to sell the Wemby jersey a week and a half later. So y'all go check out the Alamo Card Show and make sure you let them know that in the building sent you. That's Spurs Talk. Anything in the chat we're talking about? Did I miss any money? No, just
talking about where the rodeo is going to be. We should move it to the Dome if they destroy the Frost Center after they get the new.
You know, I always like these local conversations. Because keep in mind, like y'all, like I don't know if y'all been in the Dome lately. It's awful. It's awful.
It needs renovation bad.
It needs renovation bad. And guess what? Because it's so greatly located for teams to come into town, as far as when we talk about the Final Four coming up here shortly, the NCAA doesn't seem to care. They keep giving us Final Fours because the coaches and the staff and the cheerleaders and everybody's like, dude, we can literally walk to the stadium. Whereas like you go to Houston, you might have to drive 20, 30 minutes, get in Houston traffic. So like, why take it for granted? Like we got the men's Final Four. We always getting women's Final Four. You got Monster Truck. You got UTSA. Fix this shit, Rich. Like you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the cleanest person, right? I'm not no filthy pig either. I'm not a filthy pig. But when I got company coming over, my wife and I make sure the crib looks nice. We got company coming. And y'all still got 35-inch TVs hanging off the walls when you walk around the concessionary. LG, I'm talking about TVs. I wouldn't let my 6-year-old got a better TV than the ones that are in the
They still got big old boxy CRT monitors up there?
No, they don't have those. They've got better, but
they're flat screen at least, right?
Yeah, they flat screen, but they went Black Friday and got like 30-something, 35-inch. It's a dump. I love my city, but it's a dump, and we got company coming over. But again, the coaches don't care. The coaches just like, if you're there at the Final Four, you don't care what the Dome looks like. You're just there to try to win a championship. Well, I'm talking about the people that come in from out of town. Like, damn, this place, it looks ancient. It looks like something like, you know how when you go back and watch an old movie, you're like, damn, I liked this. It looks like Gremlins. You know, like if you go watch Gremlins today, you'd be like, gosh, this is bad. You know what I mean?
Love that movie.
I love that movie too. Don't start. It is a Christmas movie in my opinion.
It is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. It is. I'll give you that. But I'm just saying,
a Christmas gift, the Gremlin.
Yeah, there's some
The
movies we just go
Mogwai.
back and watch, and we're just like, what is this? Yeah, Matt Bernard, 35 inches being nice. Some of them shits are barely 20-inch. Yeah, man. But anyway, back to the Alamo Dome and the AT&T Center and the rodeo. We still got Freeman though, LG. We don't get rid of shit, bro.
That's what I'm
We're
saying.
not
They're
good.
not going to tear that down. They're
They're
going
not
to
tearing down.
repurpose it for something. You can still have
So then,
concerts out there.
So then I'm saying this then, because I get why San Antonio officials and the Spurs are like, nah, we're okay. We're not gonna bid for another All-Star game. We make $100 million from the rodeo. We don't need the NBA All-Star game. But once we get this new arena at, what are they calling it? The Marvel?
Project Marvel.
Project
the whole
Marvel
thing downtown, not just the arena.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Not just the arena. Project
It's going to
Marvel
be the
is
Frost Bank Center once it's done.
I want my All-Star game, Adam Silver. Because now we can still do the rodeo. Hey, we can make our $100 million on the rodeo. Y'all can go over there to East Houston. We can make our $100 million off the rodeo, but we can get another All-Star game, because the last time we had the All-Star game, LG, 96, I had just went to the Navy. So the one time we had an All-Star game, I wasn't there. Did you go to any of the festivities when it was here?
Nah.
In 96? Jordan was here?
Dude, nah. I was 13 years old.
Oh, shit.
I had no interest.
I was 18.
That's when Brent Barry won the dunk contest, right?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah,
Jordan was
okay.
here. He had brought out the Carolina Blue Jordans. So I've never got to experience a All-Star game in my hometown. So
I didn't even know it was happening at the time. So
yeah, it was a big deal for San Antonio. So I know I ain't gonna affect her.
Playing Pogs or something instead.
Well, I'll be glad when Project Marvel. Hell, I'll be glad when we at least break ground.
I'm all for Project Marvel. I would love that, and I'm all for the missions moving downtown. Sorry, soapbox apartment residents, but I'm all about it.
Do the people that, like, you know what, I've heard this about the people at St. Mary's. I've heard this about the people in Southtown. I've heard this about the people around the Pearl area. They move into these areas that are well-known bar areas, and they're always mad. It's like being mad that you live on a golf course and you keep finding golf balls in your backyard. Like, what did you expect? You moved onto a golf course. Every now and then, some idiot like me that can't play might hit a couple golf balls in your backyard. Like, if you move to certain areas in this town that are well-known bar areas.
Yeah, like if you move to King William District and you're mad that there's a bunch of people there every first Friday of the month, then you didn't do your research.
Or when Fiesta comes through, like, oh, why? Like, what are you bitching about? You moved there. Anyway, I digress. Speaking of Southtown, I won't say where, but one of Mike's babies recently had her car stolen. Driver's side window was broken out.
Yeah.
What did Mike do? Without hesitation, call R&R Auto Glass. And guess what? As Mike said, they got it done. Not only did they get it done the same day, they got it done within the hour. There's not many things that you can get done within the hour. I don't give a damn if it's trying to get some help from your cell phone service, from your insurance. There's not a lot of things you can get done in an hour, unless you're talking about R&R Auto Glass. If they have that particular glass in stock, they will get you in and out. So shout out to
I've gone to them.
Glass.
They've repaired 4 windshields now of mine.
What are you talking about? 4? You got your car broken into that many times?
No. This is just all regular damage.
Glass.
Hail damage, one of them. And the other one was just a crack. I had a crack on my Explorer. They fixed that. And then literally a week later, we had a hailstorm. So I had to get another windshield. And then I had them fix. I had an old 99 Jeep Cherokee that just needed a new windshield. They fixed that. And then just recently, my Ford Maverick got a rock chip. And I took it to them, and they took care of it. Janet and the gang over there, they're great.
Thank you, Janet and the gang. Damn. And those are the type of things, LG, just like, I'm paying out of pocket. I'm not making a claim and making my insurance go up for this, right?
No,
That's that
I
type
don't
of
even.
thing.
I don't think I
Yeah.
have glass coverage on my policy anyway.
I don't either. I don't either. Well, if you need some help with the windshield, whether it be a cracked rock or somebody broke in, go to rnrautoglass.com or give them a call at 210-340-2588. Just let them know In the Building sent you. Let's punch some people, LG. I got somebody I want to punch. I got a good punch today. Punch of the day brought to you by the law offices of Orlando Kell, orlandokell@gmail.com, or give them a call at 210-775-4995. I want to punch somebody named 34-year-old named David Morin. I saw this on the news this morning. So this dude, he has an ex-girlfriend. She's not answering his calls. So this idiot, this happened right here in our town. This idiot drives to her house, finds a window. This is 1 a.m. Finds a window to crawl through, breaks a window, crawls through, starts going through her stuff, chokes her. Then he starts going through her paperwork, LG, and it's not fun. This ain't funny. Stop laughing. Hold on. He sees an application that she had filled out to start working at a gentleman's club. First of all, when did gentlemen's clubs start? Since when do you have to fill out an application to work at the gentleman's club? They have applications? I thought you come in there, whether you're going to be waitressing or whether you're going to be dancing. They look at you, twirl you, and throw you the outfit. Since when do you fill out?
Well, how bad do you really want this job?
Right. It is. In some places, there's casting couches. Since when do you fill out an application for the gentleman's club? Like Rudy Johnson, address, ethnicity. What, am I supposed to put my last 3 jobs on there? Do you need 3 references? You want me to put my mom on my application? Or I'm going to put my sister on my application so you can call them and say, hey, what type of worker is she? Like, that's a whole nother story. But so he gets so enraged that she has applied for this job at this gentleman's club. It didn't say which gentleman's club. Chases her. She's running for the door and bites a chunk of her nose off. Yes, he bit a chunk of her nose off.
Well, that's going to limit her ability to work at the gentleman's
That's
club.
what I'm saying, dude. And in the piece they said doctors referred her to a plastic surgeon. It ain't enough insurance in the world to cover a chunk of your nose missing, dude. Like, who can afford to get their nose? Some random person living in San Antonio, probably, you know what I mean, applying at a gentleman's club, can afford to go and get plastic surgery. David Morin, you're a piece
She might
of
have
shit.
a career at like the Wild Zebra or something like that.
Dog, he bit her. Like, I think that was his, like, okay, you know what? Oh, you want to work at a gentleman's club? I'm going to scar your freaking ass for life.
Is Gold Club still open? They'd probably hire her.
No, it's not. Only reason I know that is because my cleaning company where I get my supplies from is like near there, and it's closed. It's closed. But yeah, dude, bit this poor girl's nose off. He's currently being held on $75,000 bond.
A local screwball.
It's only $7,500. You got to pay 10%. But yeah, David Morin, you, sir, are a piece of shit. 34 years old, breaking into your ex's house and going through her paperwork and then biting. Like, who bites someone's nose off? I know that shit hurt. You ever even just been punched in the nose or had a ball hit you in the nose? Now imagine someone sinking their teeth into your nose and just taking a chunk with them. Hey, David Bernard, I don't know anything about any strip clubs anymore. I don't go to strip clubs in San Antonio.
I think we only have like 2 now. They've all shut down.
There's Sugars, there's Tiffany's.
Is Babe still open?
I don't know. I think the Palace is still open.
I thought the Palace closed recently.
No, the Palace is still. The Palace is still. They real Palace, Tiff's, Shugs. All Stars is closed.
Oh, that was it. All Stars.
Babes is closed. I think the Zebra's closed.
Yeah,
but no, I don't go to strip clubs in San Antonio, bro. Last
but
time
if
I went
you
to strip
own
club
one and you'd like to have us promote it, give us a call.
Oh yeah, now that's different. So Shugs, Tiff's, Palace, we are open for business. We ain't FCC right now. We do it with the hell we want to. Y'all want us to come through? Let us know. In the building got you. But before you break into your ex-wife's home or you're separated from your wife and go and bite her nose off, which isn't good for anybody, give Orlando Kell a call at 210-775-4995. That's the law office of Orlando Kell. Orlando Kell Law at gmail.com.
Before we continue on, I've got to get a punch out there.
Yeah, you haven't punched anybody in weeks,
no,
so
I'd like to punch all the assholes in San Antonio that are driving around, pulling a bunch of debris in their trailers, and they don't cover that shit up. They don't secure their load. I was driving down the highway the other day, and there's a truck, maybe 3 or 4 cars in front of me, down 1604, between the walls, so I can't really get out of the way. This dude has a tarp over. It looks like he had just destroyed a house or something, and all the debris is in the back of this open trailer. And he's got a blue tarp over it, barely covering the debris. And there's just shit flying out all over the highway. Drywall, pieces of wood. Here comes this 2x4 just flying right at my windshield. Nails my car. I tried to swerve out of the way, but it was 2 lanes and the walls. I couldn't do anything.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it just smacked right into my windshield. Didn't break it, so I don't need to go to R&R, but I do need a body shop because it put 2 dents on the top of my roof. They look like hail damage, just 2 small dents. So I got my first damage on my new car. 1 year in, first dents.
And
anyone then got a body shop they can recommend, hit me up.
Dude, and you know what sucks? Like you're so worried about getting out the way. Were you able to like get this person's license plate?
Nah, hell no. He was way
down. You were just he was.
No.
That's what sucks about that. So hey, y'all out there, chat, y'all know a body shop. LG's only had his baby for a year, and some asshole that don't know how to secure his load drops a 2x4 on it. So he needs some body work done. But no, that's happened to me before. Well, no, what happened to me on my last car, damn truck, when they're like on a hill, those big like work trucks, they kind of roll backwards. And I was probably a little bit too close and he hit me, but that was my fault. I didn't realize that it was going to roll back while he's going into gear.
No, that's his fault. He didn't have a good clutch to gas pedal.
Yeah, that's what it was. And they rolled back on me and smacked my shit. I was like, damn it. But luckily, another gentleman saw it, followed him, came back and gave me the license plate, and I was able to get a claim through those people's insurance. So anyway, Slackers, the official studio sponsor of In the Building, had their Final Four last night out at Slackadoches for their weekly beer pong tournament. Look, if you're a beer pong guy or girl, Wednesday nights at Slackers on Nacogdoches is where you need to be. I'm talking about it is competitive. It's real. They get it on. It's an ongoing thing. It's probably one of their better nights over there. Great service from the bartender. Sometimes they'll bring in pizza. Sometimes they'll bring in little food and stuff. So if you're a beer pong, guy or gal, Slackers Nacogdoches on Wednesday nights is the place to be. Don't forget they got the one on Rector, Slackadoches, of course, Medical Center, Thousand Oaks, and St. Mary's. So shout out to Slacker Sports, Drinks, and Games, the official studio sponsor of In the Building. No, Greg Castanuela. No, it's Rudy's fault. Don't be punching that guy. You're supposed to stay 100 feet away. Greg, you always got something negative to say. Give me $20.
Those signs are bullshit, by the way. That says not responsible for damage, stay back. Yeah, you actually are responsible for the damage. Those signs are bullshit.
Exactly. 5 negative comments in a week, you got to donate $20. Like, we got to get your negative Nathans up out of here. Anywho, there are a lot of dancers. And you know what? Another one we left off. I forgot about LGPTs. The one across
that one's
from
been
North
there
Star.
forever. Yeah,
PTs is still open too. So I've heard they got poker over there. Somebody said that's why they go.
Is it in the rear?
It might be
that's
in the rear.
the only strip club in San Antonio that I've actually gone in as a customer one time. That's the only strip club I've ever
Which
been
one,
inside
PT's?
as a customer. PT's, yeah. And it was for a friend's bachelor party. I've delivered pizzas to different strip clubs, but I've never been a customer at one besides that one time at PT's. Back in like 2006 or something.
So you've been to the strip club one time as a customer in your
San
entire
Antonio,
life.
Yes.
In San Antonio, right?
In San Antonio, yes.
You're not missing nothing, man.
I've probably been to a strip club 3 times in my entire life.
Even out of town.
Yeah. Yeah, even out of town.
It's just not your jam.
Nah, it's just not my jam, no. And I don't have the money for it, so.
I don't either. See, that's the other thing with me. Like when I was young and single for a small minute, because when I met my wife, you know, she was like, "You don't go to strip clubs?" I was like, I don't got the money. Like I wasn't ever gonna be the guy that sit in the strip club broke, babysitting one drink. You know what I mean? But I also, when I was coming up, my early 20s, a lot of the strip clubs had like a 2-drink minimum. Like when I was coming up, you couldn't just go to the strip club and just sit there. Now you go to strip clubs, sit there with a sweet tea and just be a weirdo pervert and just watch everybody. I've never been the guy that wants to go to the strip club and just sit there and not be able to throw no money. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to go.
You ever gone solo to the strip club?
No. Hell no. Hell no, dog. I ain't no weirdo like that, dog. Like, this got to be like, I got to really be going through something if I roll. Like, I get it. I know plenty of men that do. You know what I mean? They wife thinks they're on a construction job. They roll up in there, you know, holla at Diamond, you know, have a couple drinks with Diamond, you know, put a little something on her books so she could pay her rent. But no, I haven't been by myself.
No,
Spearmint Rhino. Which one?
I've heard about that one, but the last one I went to, Matt, was Shotgun Willie's in Denver. That's the last one I've been to.
Wait, yes. No, you know what? You went and got some wings from Magic City, didn't you?
Yeah, but I just went to the kitchen part and picked up wings. I don't call that like.
Oh, so is it separate?
The name of the strip club is actually Magic City Kitchen. So like I went in there and there's literally like families picking up food with their kids and stuff. And then over there you got Diamond twerking in the corner. Like,
yo, time out. Can you see women from where you pick up the food?
Absolutely.
And they let families in there?
I guess. I saw kids in there. You know, they were too young to probably know what was going on. But yes, if you're just there to pick up food, you just go in there, pick up your food. So I went, you know, I was a customer of the kitchen, not the dance floor or whatever you call it.
So so this whole time I'm thinking like, okay, there's like this little door that's like for the to-go food where you can't see nothing. But no, you can see some shit.
No. It's it's like the kitchen's kind of like behind the bar. So they got to bring it out.
Gotcha.
There's no like separate areas or anything. It's a tiny, tiny place, which is crazy.
Yeah, it looked tiny because you sent us pictures. My teenager texting me. Anyway, what did you rate the wings?
Oh, I would give them a 10 out of 10. They're the best wings I've ever had.
Oh, they were. Yeah. So Lou Williams, during the bubble, during COVID, you understand why he went.
Hell yeah. We ordered shit. I was there for like a week. We ordered 3 times out of the week.
What?
Because it was literally like 2 blocks away from where our Airbnb was. So we were like, we're all about that place. Tex-Mex Frank is in here while Rudy checks his text.
What
LG
happened?
Go to strip club overseas. Yeah, I wouldn't call them strip clubs. I just call them a bar. In Thailand, you go to a bar and it's basically, I don't consider those strip
What do you
clubs.
mean?
Because
wait.
It's just normal. Any bar is going to have some girl doing something crazy in Thailand. It's not necessarily a strip club. They call them girl bars over there. And yes, there are lady boys over there. Shout out to Thailand. Just legalized same-sex marriage.
They did? Good for them. So how do you spot the girl boy for the single gentleman in the chat? The single straight men in the chat. If you're not straight, hey, go have a blast. We love you. Do your thing. But if you're a straight man, you're single, how do you spot the lady boy in Thailand? You don't know till you get her to your room?
You don't know. No. Well, I don't know. I've never gone down that road, but you can tell. They look too perfect.
Can you?
You can tell.
Oh, they look too perfect?
Yeah, like they look too perfect. Like they got like the perfect everything. Like you can tell. And then some of the establishments in Thailand, they'll have a no ladyboys policy. They'll have a giant sign that says no ladyboys work here. And then you know you're safe.
Well, see, the thing
if
about
you're trying
it, though,
to avoid that.
See, the ladyboys, I can't
every
be mad
bar
at
in
the lady.
Thailand is a brothel, Josh. Sorry.
Every bar is a brothel?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad at the ladyboys, LG, because the problem is there's a lot of closet ladyboy lovers. So I see them working because a lot of dudes like that shit.
They're trying to make a dollar.
They're trying to make a dollar too.
No, they're aggressive though. They'll come up to you and be like, "Hey, buddy," and then grab your junk.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, and you just gotta like push them away. They'll do it. They'll straight up walk up and be like, "What you packing?"
You can't see. No, that's how you end up locked up abroad. Because I start.
Matthew Taylor, the Adam's apple is a thing, but there is surgery to have it shaved down to make it less
this is the thing.
Showing.
I disagree with that. Like I can't, maybe because I'm too chubby, like I can't see my Adam's apple. So like that's not always, like, yes, there's some men that have these huge Adam's apples, but like there's a lot of men that don't, like, you can't just see their Adam's apples unless they're 112 pounds.
Well, there's one sure way to test,
just grab them by it. But what if it's tucked?
That's true. They could have a good tape job.
They have a good tape job. So just be careful when y'all go into Thailand, fellas. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. And if you go to Thailand, make sure you don't get too drunk to where you don't know you're dealing with a lady boy. Yeah, is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Yeah, lady
boys. Yeah. They're recognized as an official third gender in Thailand.
Well, that not in USA. We don't have that. USA, you heard Trump. There's male and female. So it's like, that ain't happening here. But Texas Cheer Liquor, speaking of getting too drunk, but when you're going out abroad, 7 locations. The January specials, you only got today and tomorrow to take advantage of these specials. The Svedka vodka. Matt, I did talk to AD. He texted us yesterday during the show, said he'd get you taken care of on being overcharged for the Svedka. Just make sure you tell him, if you go today or tomorrow, just tell him, hey, I'm looking for the big bottle of Svedka for the January special that I heard on In the Building that will get you squared away for $13.99. You got Martha Shard for $4.99, both labels, and you got the Fireball 750 milliliter for $12.99. Now, you can't stack on the January specials. You can't stack.
You cannot combine the discounts.
You can't combine the discounts on the monthly specials. But let's say you're getting something that's not on the January special. You're going to get a bottle of Crown. Tell them In the Building sent you. Get your 5% off. That's all I'm saying. Just so there's some clarity.
Is Texas Cheer stocking that Don Julio Popeyes collab yet?
Dude. Hold on. I want to talk about this. I'm so glad you brought this up because I talked about this on Facebook. Texas Cheer Liquor, 7 locations, mentioned In the Building for your discounts unless it's on the monthly special. Texas Cheer Liquor, where it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer. So first of all, this Don Julio Popeyes. First of all, I did a little bit more research. It's only certain cities. We're not it's not coming to San Antonio. So I think they're rolling this out in New Orleans for Super Bowl because that's the home of Popeyes.
I think Lafayette is the home of Popeyes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And if you've ever had Popeyes in Louisiana, I don't care what anybody says. I've had in Louisiana. Calvin and I used to go to Lake Charles all the time. It would be our first stop. It is different in Louisiana. It just is. It's just different. It tastes better. And when I say different, it's better.
They had an all-you-can-eat buffet Popeyes in Lafayette for a
What?
while. Yeah. It's no longer there, but they used to have one.
It's everything I dreamed of. Hell yeah,
Exactly.
I always wanted to go.
Yo,
But,
Popeyes,
man.
bring back the Cajun rice too. Pissed me off
Dude,
took
why
that
did they
away.
ever get rid of the dirty rice? The dirty rice is my
know.
favorite side.
It was
It's
awesome.
because I hate Popeye's fries. They're the worst fries ever. And I'm not a big beans guy, so I don't like the red beans and rice. But the freaking dirty rice at Popeyes was great, and they just took it away. Like, I don't know what happened with that, but dude, tell us you need some black people in Popeyes without telling us. Like, hey, you know how we can get the black man back in Popeyes? Let's add some tequila to the wings. I was like, what is happening? I was like, yo, proceed with caution, man. Like, proceed with caution. Like, they got Don Julio Reposado chicken wings. What?
I want to try. I just want to try it out of
Yeah,
curiosity.
I do too.
You know?
I do too. I do too. But then when I was looking, I was like, oh, this is only coming to certain cities. So, yeah, man. Well, you know what? I guess I would be, I'm not offended. It's funny to me. I would definitely be like side-eyed if it would have been like Henny or E&J. Like, yo, we got E&J inspired wings from Popeyes. You know what I mean? So tequila is super neutral. Like Reposado, everyone drinks tequila now. It's like the drink of all drinks because your doctors, even though all alcohol is bad, kids, but your doctor will tell you, if you have to drink tequila.
Apparently, they're going to do it to the chicken sandwich also, not just the wings.
So the chicken sandwich going to have Don Repo
They're going
too?
to have a Don Julio also chicken sandwich, yep.
I think we should do our own since we're not getting it. Since San Antonio's not going to get
Try to create
Don
our
Julio. We'll try to create our own sauce and make our own Reposado tequila on wings. But you know what? A lot of people cook with liquor. Like I have people coming in the store all the time. Like I need a white wine. I'm making Italian. I need a red wine for this. I need, So I
feel
guess
like Don Julio should do the same and release a chicken flavored tequila.
Oh, God,
fried chicken tequila.
There is the one vodka it's called TLC. It's called Taste Like Chicken.
Are you serious?
We carried it, but it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know why they named it that. They have it at Texture Liquor. It's called TLC, which isn't T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili. It's Tastes Like Chicken vodka. All right, whatever. San Antonio Popeyes collab with Tecate. No, I don't want Tecate flavored wings. I don't even know what tequila. Again, you know what? Actually,
what would be the difference? That would be like beer battered though. Tecate flavored wings just be beer batter.
Right, like it would be hella stereotypical, and the way too woke black folks wouldn't be able to take it. But Henny flavored would be better than tequila.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Henny flavored wings.
That makes sense to me.
It makes way more sense. Or bourbon. It makes way more sense. Because I know there's a few brunch spots in Houston that do a lot of Henny-inspired shit, like Henny-flavored wings and stuff. So Popeyes, I see y'all working. Don Julio must have scratched a big check for that. But my favorite tequila right now is Lalo, who is actually the grandson of Don Julio. Mm. And the Lalo is additive free. So like a lot of tequilas have all this bullshit in it to make it sweeter, make it taste better. The additive free section at Texas Cheer Liquor, you don't get none of that bullshit, a lot less hangover, way more clean tequila when you drink it additive free.
Thanks for the
LG,
positive vibe, Greg. Appreciate it.
What did he say? Oh, thanks.
He hit you up because he was being negative. You said he was being negative.
Appreciate you, Greg. That's what I'm talking about, man. Be a team player. Be a team player. I text you this morning, LG. And I actually text a couple of my buddies this too, because it got me thinking before we get out of here. What? Give me a few. In chat, y'all chime in on this topic too, because I don't know what I was watching that made me feel like, oh, it was Avatar, which I'm
Never
not
seen it.
crazy about I'm not crazy about the movie, but give me a couple of movies that if you don't see it in the theater, it's just not the same.
That's a tough one because I don't go to the
It
movies
is
too much.
Well, you went back in the day when we were younger.
Yeah, I've gone to a few. I go to like special screenings, like when they do the film stuff, like the 72 millimeter,
Oh, you
whatever,
mean
70 millimeter stuff.
like Draft House used to do specialty movies.
Yeah,
That's what
like
I thought was cool
I
about
saw
the
the
Draft House.
Hateful Eight. I think that was the last. I feel like that
Ooh.
movie is way better in the theater when you see it in 70 millimeter when they're actually you hear the and the projectors running, and it has an intermission where you actually get a break in between the movie. I think that movie is better in theater just because of the epic scenes. You got to see it on a bigger screen.
I think like movies like when I'm just talking about like, like the opening of the movies when you're looking at Gotham City and you're watching it at the IMAX, like the actual visual of it is totally different than what you get when you're watching it at home, like on TNT, because you actually see what the director and the cinematography people wanted you to see. Like it's just a whole different thing. Interstellar and Gladiator. Did I see Gladiator at the movies? I can't remember. That's a good one. Top Gun definitely was better at the movies than it was at Avengers. Yes, Avengers Endgame and the other one too.
I feel like any movie that the cinematographer specifically used IMAX cameras to shoot, you have to watch that on a big screen because that's what they intended. Like Interstellar. What is that? Oppenheimer. They shot those with IMAX cameras. A lot of movies they shoot with regular cameras and just blow it up, put it on the IMAX screen. But if you actually shot for that format, then that's where it should be watched.
So I know you recently saw Oppenheimer, but you didn't go to the movies to see it.
No, I did. Yeah.
You did. So you got to see how they wanted you to see it.
I went to the 70 millimeter too, where they actually run a film strip. So I went to the special showing, but the sound blew out right when the freaking bomb went off. I guess the bomb sound blew the speakers in the theater. Yeah, they gave me a rain check. I sat there. Everyone stayed and watched. It was just with blown woofers the rest of the movie.
Oh, God. Indiana Jones is a good one. I watched Indiana Jones at the movie. That's when the movies wasn't an arm and a leg.
Here's
that is a solid one.
That I should probably be punched for. I've never watched Indiana Jones. None of them.
That is sad. Yeah, I'm going to punch you. I'll jab. I'm not going to punch you, but I'll jab you for it.
I've never seen a single one.
Wait, how old are you, LG?
I'm 42.
40? Okay. I'm 47. You 5 years younger than me. Nah, that ain't, I was trying to give you the younger excuse, but nah, you're from the era that you should have seen Indiana Jones.
No, I saw Star Wars. I didn't see Indiana though.
Yeah, see, but you
still haven't watched it. So
haven't watched what?
I still haven't watched it. I see it all the time on streaming, but I just have no time for it.
I would say Star Wars is a movie that's better in theaters as well.
I saw the first of the prequels, I guess, episode 1 in theaters, which was a terrible movie, by the way.
Which one?
The Phantom Menace with the little tiny Anakin as a kid. He's doing the pod racing. Sorry, no spoilers.
And yeah, no spoilers. And another one, now that I'm in love with part 1 and part 2 that I regret not seeing in theaters is Dune. Though the new one. I know it's a remake. Dune, because like you got these big ass spaceships, you got these scenes where there's 1,000 soldiers. Like I know in my mind on an IMAX screen that looks insane. So that's probably one of the ones that you probably should see at the movies. I used to like the Draft House Like, hey, we're gonna show Big Trouble Little China or Little Shop of Horrors, and we're gonna serve pancakes. You know what I mean? I hate
When
that
it
they
was
did away with that.
independently owned, yeah, they were good. Sony bought them out, by the
Oh,
way. Because they filed for
is that what
bankruptcy,
happened?
and Sony went in there and saved them. So Sony owns all the Alamo Draft houses now.
Ain't that a bitch? Wicked
It kept them
was
from
good.
going out of business, though.
Kept them
Wicked,
going out
I
of
saw
business.
Wicked on Broadway in New York, and it's fantastic. I don't know about the movie, though.
No. I'm shocked at that, LG, because I now that I hear you say it, and now getting to know you, I took you for, if I just immediate reaction to you saying that, I would take you for a guy that didn't like musicals.
Nah, I got nothing wrong with musicals.
I don't know why.
As long as it's entertaining. Little Shop of Horrors is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's a musical.
But you know what? A musical on TV and a musical at Broadway in New York, I think, are two different things. Like, I'm not a big musical guy, but if I'm watching a Broadway,
well, that had a lot to do with it. I mean, it was a $1 million production, on Broadway. Yeah. and the story was good too. How they flipped, no spoilers, but they flipped the script on the entire Wizard of Oz story. Similar to how Cobra Kai flipped the script on Karate Kid.
Okay. Because I'm like my wife and my teenagers, like, I hate Grease. Like, I'm not. I
didn't like Grease either.
I hate Grease. I know it's a classic, and I know everybody can sing along to the whole movie, so I'm not knocking it. It just wasn't for me. So I get it. Pacific Rim. I never watched Pacific Rim. Is that where they was controlling robots? They were
I think
in
so,
the helmet.
Yeah.
I never watched
Mech Warriors or something.
Lion King musical is fire.
I saw another musical on Broadway called Nice Work If You Can Get It, starring Matthew Broderick, Ferris Bueller, and it was fantastic as well.
Nice Work If You Can
Get It. It's an old 1940s musical that he redid, and it was really good. I knew nothing about it, but it was really good.
All right. Well, yeah, I got some shit that I need to catch up on. Yeah, because he's a guy, he hates musicals. No, it's not because I'm a guy. It's just weird to me when I'm watching a movie and then all of a sudden you break out in song. It's just never been my thing. Ain't because there's plenty of guys that love musicals.
Now, with that being said, I've tried 3 times to watch this new Joker movie, and I just can't do it. It starts out great. Like, it had so much potential. Then all of a sudden, he starts singing. And then people are just like, oh, okay. Like, he's singing. And I'm just like, what?
Right.
No. If they would have just made it a regular movie, they would have sold so much. They would have made much more money.
Yeah. Speaking of Broadway, Jennifer says Phantom of the Opera was amazing on Broadway. I'd love to see that. I've heard people say great things about Phantom of the Opera. Like, perfect example. So Bohemian Rhapsody, probably one of my top 5-10 movies. It was so good. I was excited to see Rocket Man, the Elton John. And it was a musical and it was awful. And I turned that shit off. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. I'm not watching this shit at all. So yeah. Yeah, I got to thinking about that, and I got to hit up a couple of my homies that are movie guys. Now, it may have not been a great movie, but my buddy said because it was in theater, people were, actually screaming and reacting. He liked Paranormal Activity better at the theater than he did watching it at home, because I guess if it's a decent, scary movie and you get people actually into it and jump and scares and screams, it makes the ambiance better. I don't know if it looked better on a theater screen. So yeah, then there's that.
There was some musical show that Key and Peele came out with. I think it was not Peele, but Key did a musical TV show. I think it was on Apple TV. It was called like Schmagladoon or something like that. Awful.
And you know what? They normally don't miss, but I mean, everybody's going to eventually miss. But they do pretty good with their weird, crazy minds that they have. But yeah, man, damn, that hour went quick, LG.
Yeah,
Always
Big
a good
Al's in
time.
here with a
What'd he
$5
say?
super chat. He says, thoughts on Drake threatening another lawsuit towards Kendrick for doing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. He's definitely being a pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, Drake sucks.
Because the thing, yeah, man, and I'm a Drake fan, but the
Young
way
Money.
he's acting about this is stupid. Because when he was destroying Meek Mill, it was all fun and games. You know, the whole industry hated Meek Mill for about a year or two, and there was no problem. Now that it's your turn, you can't take it. Like, you've been on top, like, regardless of how, you know, you feel about him
Bro,
personally.
just pull up your bank app and look at the balance.
Yeah, dude.
Fine.
Like, you have a 757. Like, you got a 757. You got a $15 million ranch in Houston. You got a $100 million mansion in Toronto. You got a crib in Malibu. You have pretty much any female you want. You're being a pizza, bro. Not to go Mike Taylor on you, but you're being a pizza. And I'm a Drake guy, but you're being a pizza, man. So, anyway, that's it for today, fellas. LG, I'll be in studio tomorrow. We're going to figure out what's up with Mike. Hopefully he lands safe. It's a tough day to travel for anybody after you see something like what we saw in D.C. But I doubt if more than likely it's going to be LG and I again tomorrow. But I will be live in studio. I got me a new setup. It's not all the way there.
I like that. It's getting there. It's
better. It's better than my window with my tech. Got to get the Texas Cheer sign back up there somehow. But yeah, appreciate the love. Appreciate the super chats. Alamo Card Show, Lando Kell, R&R, Slackers, Texas Cheer. Love y'all. See y'all on Viernes, live from LG Studios.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.